Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Justin and you're on Fast Entrepreneur. We are almost into 2022. And if you've been following this channel, I want to say thank you. And if you're not, go ahead, hit subscribe. The goal is to see, can we get to 500 subscribers by year end? We're so close. So if you like the content, if it's going to give you some value, go ahead, subscribe, maybe share it with a friend or two or three or four or five. All right, let's get right into it. So this video, I want to talk to you just about some things that I've mentioned before, but I want to make this video and talk to you about airdrops in the crypto world. Obviously, everything I say, not financial advice. You got to do your own research. So what are airdrops? If you're new to crypto, you don't even know what I'm talking about. Airdrops, essentially, it's like free money. And you're like, well, free money, that doesn't exist. Well, in crypto, it does. And the way it's been working is if you're an early adopter, if you're someone that's using, a new protocol or a new, DApp, decentralized application, sometimes these projects will reward their early users, and with a thank you, and they'll say, hey, here's some free tokens. And if the project is valuable and the market likes the project and it's got some value attached to it, you might actually make $100, $500, $1,000. Some people have made $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 on single airdrops. So how do you become eligible for these airdrops? Well, there's a lot of different ways, and there's no silver bullet to say, hey, do this and you're guaranteed that. But sometimes it's kind of like, it's kind of like fishing, right? You throw one fishing, pole, one line into the water. Yeah, maybe you get a bite here or there. But if you throw a bunch of lines in, maybe 10, 20, 30 lines in, hey, maybe if one or two of them catch, you might just get lucky. And so that's kind of the strategy that I've been thinking about when it comes to airdrops. Now, what I also have noticed is that some airdrops are moving away from just, hey, let's reward everybody, to let's reward our most active and engaged users. So you can almost call these smart airdrops, if you will. Now, I just want to say one real quick thing. Obviously, you got to do your own research, but if you are new to the space, there are some potential dangers to just claiming and connecting with any site, connecting your wallet, trying to claim airdrops. So a couple things that might be helpful. If you don't know or you're not really familiar with the project, if it's not a reputable project, you really want to do your research, because you don't want to, you don't want to connect your wallet to some site that's just out there to take your money. Two, maybe you want to actually have separate wallets that are specifically that you just do airdrops for, so that you can kind of diversify that way and protect yourself, hopefully. Now, with that being said, airdrops I think could be very lucrative on the risk return kind of front. What are you risking? Well, sometimes you're risking your little bit of your time. Sometimes, like I said, if you're protecting yourself, hopefully you minimize, your risks there with contracts. But, and sometimes you got to pay a small amount of money or do small transactions or swap or whatever. So you have to ask yourself, hey, is the potential reward to you, greater than these risks you're taking? But there's been some massive airdrops. There was one recently just this past week. If you traded on Ethereum, any NFTs like on OpenSea, there was a project that basically opened out, just boom, SOS. They gave a bunch of people a lot of tokens. So if that was your thing, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But there's been other ones. There's been big ones recently, and I think that it's quite likely that there's going to be projects, in the near future that will continue. And so what I'm doing is I'm looking at the big narratives, what are the big projects that don't have tokens that might benefit from a token? Why would they want to launch a token? Is it, does it help them, compete in a competitive market where we're at? And then you just have to ask yourself, what are the things that you could potentially do, because there's no silver bullet, to set yourself up, so that you might be, maybe one day wake up and get a nice gift. So anyways, that's it. But I do think it can be a very lucrative strategy. But like I said, more and more projects seems to be at least looking at this smart airdrop. So if you're not engaged or you're not actively, using them, it might not just be as easy as, making a simple transaction and moving on. But it could be, and it's up to you and how much time and how much effort you want to play this. But for some folks, the airdrop game literally could be kind of maybe a lower, an easier way to kind of get involved right from the start. So that'll be up to you to decide. And I wish you all the best. And if you have any airdrops specifically that you want to talk about, or put them down in the comments below. The ones that I'm more interested are kind of just the ones that I think have large potential, good solid projects, lower risk, and potential could be a large amount. So there's different narratives, whether it's NFTs, layer 2s, maybe wallets, etc. So, all right, folks, that's it. That's the airdrops 2022. We'll probably be talking about more, but stay tuned. Please like the channel. Like the channel, doesn't make sense. Like the video, but subscribe to the channel. If you're finding any of this content helpful, if there's any other major topics that we want to explore moving forward, but just try to let you know how I see it, and I hope that this is helping you along your journey as well. All right, peace.